Hi everybody. I thought, well, I've been having some journal drama and I thought maybe y'all could understand and relate. Pardon my shoddy camera work because I can't find a clippy thing for my tripod, so I have to hand hold it. Anyway, so here's my story. Several years ago, I was using a standard traveler's notebook. It was an original brown Midori. And I used that for, gosh, maybe 2 or 3 years exclusively. And I mostly used was it the 013? Mostly used those. And this is what they looked like. And this was a different one. This is whatever. Anyway, so I would decorate the covers, and I just kind of decorated them as I went through the book. And inside, they look like this. Sometimes some of these, they had a lot of tip-ins, stuff I got out of magazines, and sometimes, I don't know if I had, yeah, sometimes sorry, one-handed rack. Anyway, sometimes I would spread a little paint in them. Sometimes I doodled a little bit, or these are just some things I printed from the internet. Anyway, that's what they look like. And at some point, I'm not sure why, I stopped doing that and I was just writing. I was still using a traveler's notebook, but I stopped doing all this decorating for some reason. Now, when I look back at these, sometimes I love the way they look. Obviously, they look bitchin', right? But at the time, my life there was a lot of chaos going on. We were starting to think about moving from California, from San Francisco to Texas, and my marriage was kind of going through a rough part, and my daughter was starting puberty. Everything was there were just a lot of things going on, and as Courtney often says, writing in my journals is a way that I deal with anxiety, with depression, I just vomit it all out onto the page. So when I look at these, it's a little rough because I like to look at them, but it's difficult, and it's certainly not something I would ever want to open up and really show anyone else. So I kind of stopped decorating, and I didn't do any decoration for a long time. Then this is just the one I've been using since late last year to do mostly morning pages, although I went through a period of about, I don't know, almost 2 months earlier this year when I didn't do any at all. But mostly I just was writing, and I didn't just do morning pages. I would write other times too, but that was the main bulk of it. And then about, let's see, in June, I started painting on the pages. So about 300 pages into a 480 some odd book, I started painting. You can see where I started. And I only have maybe a couple of weeks worth of blank pages left in here. So then I also have these. I have a whole bunch of these. I have like, I don't know, maybe a dozen. I started doing this a couple years ago, I guess as a way to bridge between not doing any decoration in my books and something else. And I started making just little memory books, and I just take a field notes and splash a bunch of color into it. I paste photographs and movie tickets and stuff in them. And I don't really journal. I just, I write a few little things about what the pictures are, etc. But it's not really a journal per se. So I have those, and I actually love these, and I show them to people, and I think that they'll be good for my daughter when she's older. But, sometimes when I see everybody else's books, I kind of miss these. So I also loved my Crossfield, and I'm really sad that they don't make this style anymore. I don't like their new one. I don't like the lined one. And so I bought a standard, a plain standard, and I thought I was going to use that next, but I also have a Taroko design and Enigma, and I thought maybe I'd use that. So I had both of those ready since I only have a few pages, not that much left in my Crossfield. And then today I shocked myself by picking up, this is a Midori, what do they call this? Is this one? MD notebook, and jumped in. And my daughter and I went to see the Avett Brothers the other night, and I made a new, so I guess this is what I'm doing. And I guess my plan is to just say screw it, I don't care. I'm gonna do my morning pages and all my other stuff in here, and this flips up here, and it's the set list that they played. And here's one of our tickets. So this book had been sitting on a shelf for quite some time, and I had no intention of using it, but here I am. And tomorrow I have a folio, an A5 folio coming, so I guess I'll stick this in it. Anyway, I love seeing other people's journeys and notebooks or whatever, so here you are. See y'all.